One of the new features we included in Longtail Pro Cloud is rank value. The goal of rank value is to help you estimate how much money you would make for ranking in the #1 spot in Google for any given keyword. To understand rank value, first you need to understand visitor value. Visitor value is the average amount of money you can make from a single person visiting your website. The generic formula for visitor value is conversion rate multiplied by revenue per conversion. Rank value is calculated by multiplying visitor value by the estimated traffic you would receive for ranking in the #1 spot for a keyword. We use typical click-through rates seen in Google to estimate traffic. Default values for rank value are based on what your site would make if it was using AdSense to earn money. But rank value can also be customized for Amazon affiliates, and there's also a custom option if you know your visitor value already. In today's video, we'll be going over how you can use rank value to work out keyword profitability. So today we're going to be talking about keyword profitability, which is kind of the other side of the coin when you think about keyword difficulty, because it's all well and good to find keywords that are easy to rank for, but at the same time you do have to think about whether or not these keywords can be used to generate income. If your goal is to build a niche site or an authority site, presumably the end goal of that is to be able to make an income from those sites. So if you're ranking for a bunch of keywords where it's relatively difficult to make money from them, then it's not that useful even if you're ranking really well. So for example, just off the top of my head, keywords that you can rank for but you might not be able to make a lot of money from them would be keywords about quotes, for example. Like quotes about love. I'm sure the search volume is pretty high, but how are you going to monetize this keyword? It's pretty difficult other than using ads. And generally ads are kind of at the bottom of the food chain when it comes to monetizing websites and monetizing keywords. So that's just a really quick example of a keyword that you might be able to rank for but wouldn't be able to monetize well. So you may remember this project from, I believe, Bootcamp Lesson 3. We have 4 projects here: gaming equipment, gaming information, cooking equipment, and cooking information, each with about 200 keywords. And we've excluded everything with KC greater than 40, which leaves us about a page of keywords here. I'm just going to sort these from bottom to top. And we've kind of, already figured out how we might want to go analyzing keyword difficulty with KC and both KC and clicking through to this competition analysis page. And today I'm going to run over how you can use one of the new features in Longtail Pro, which is called rank value, to see how much money you might make if you are ranking in the #1 spot in Google for a given keyword. So let's take this keyword, gaming laptops under 600. I'm just going to open up the competition analysis page. Laptoprunner.com. This is probably a niche site. Let's take a look at what they have as their best gaming laptop. They have a list: Acer Inspire 17.3 inch. Okay, so we're going to find out how much this costs on Amazon. I believe it's this one, $459, $460, let's call it. So this really cool new feature in Longtail Pro is called rank value. And what it does is you can basically, it helps you estimate how much you would make if you're ranking in the #1 spot in Google for any given keyword. And there are a couple of options here: Google AdSense and Amazon affiliates, which are both very common monetization options, and then custom, which is for if you sell a product, whether it's an informational product or you run an e-commerce store, basically custom allows you to customize it however you might want. But most people who are watching this video are probably planning to monetize either via AdSense or Amazon affiliates. And the default rank value here is based on AdSense, and so it uses the search volume and suggested bid, and comes up with an estimate. In this case, I'm going to use Amazon because, as you can see, this laptop, the Acer Aspire 17.3 inch, is available on Amazon. It's $460. So, on the AdSense option, it says click-through rate. On the Amazon option, it says average purchase price. Let's say it's $460. And as on this site, you might be able to confirm that. I'm guessing if it's under 600, most of these will fall between $400 and $550. So, $460, $450 is a pretty good estimate. So I'm just going to save this. And we basically have a custom formula that works for Amazon, where you can put in the purchase price, the average purchase price for a keyword based on doing some research in Amazon, and it will generate a rank value for you. So if you're ranking number 1 for this keyword, we estimate that you'd be making almost $200 a month. And it's KC22, so that's pretty attractive. And really the goal here is to kind of group keywords into different categories, whether you can make money with those keywords using Amazon or just ads. So you want to group them up and then assign the rank values, and then kind of judge, the difficulty against the rank value to see where you should focus your efforts on the most. So I'm just going to go through here and do that for a couple of keywords. So gaming laptops under 300. This one, again, I'm going to set the rank value. My guess is $250 would be the average purchase price for a gaming laptop under $300. Although, whether you could call that a gaming laptop at all is questionable. So you can see here the rank value is for this keyword is higher than the one we just did. That's because the volume is more than double it. And if you're relying on AdSense, then bid is also taken into account. But with both of these keywords, the rank value now set on Amazon affiliates, it basically takes the average purchase price into account that you entered, takes the volume into account, and also, based on our past experiences with Amazon affiliate type sites or niche sites, the typical purchase price you might see. So, I'm going to do the same for these two. Are probably the same because they're best gaming laptop under 1,000. Gaming laptop under 1,000, best gaming laptop under 1,000, best gaming laptop under 1,000. Gaming laptops under 1,000, under 500. So that's, these are all going to be under 1,000. This is a niche site as well. Let's see. The 9 best. It's the Asus. Let's see how much this costs. $7.99. So let's call it $800. So we can set the rank value at 800. These are going to be quite interesting in terms of rank value. So I'm just going to unclick all of these. Best gaming headset under 100. So this is, this will be a different article, or potentially a different site that targets it. Probably a different article. If you have a gaming niche site, this will be one set of articles could be about gaming headsets. One set of articles could be about gaming laptops, for example. Best gaming headphones under 100, that's pretty similar. And best gaming headphones under 50, best cheap gaming headphones, I'll set that as the same category. So on yet another niche site, HyperX Cloud, these niche sites all use similar themes. So this is 78, let's call it $80. So we can set here $80. And obviously the rank value for these is going to be substantially lower because not only are the search volumes lower, the average purchase price on Amazon is lower. So, you know, you might want to deprioritize these in favor of the laptop keywords, for example. That's just one, you know, you might have known that already, but, you know, this rank value is a great way to quantify that. Best cheap gaming laptop. I'm going to say a cheap gaming laptop is under 600, so I'm going to set that as 450 or 460, I think is what we used just now for the under 600. I'm going to set some of these 500s. $460. So, you know, I've gone through a good number of these keywords, not all of them. And, you know, if you're doing this for yourself, you'd want to go through all of them after maybe setting a more a lower uppercase limit. So you might want to set this to 35 instead of 40. But we can sort by rank value. And immediately I know, okay, coming out of the gate, I want to target gaming laptops under 1,000. Average case is 31. It's not the lowest, but the volume is pretty good. And most importantly, the rank value is very good. And that's obvious because gaming laptops under 1,000 are going to cost more than gaming laptops under 500. Gaming laptops under 500 also very attractive. 8100 volume, so slightly more volume than this one. Rank value is substantially lower for the reasons we just talked about. And so on and so forth. Basically, I would group these keywords all together and target them in one article, obviously, because they're all the same concept, even though they're slightly different keywords. And then I would probably group 500, under 500, under 500, cheap gaming laptop, under 600. I'll probably group those together into one article. You know, and then I could do another article on headsets, for example, maybe something on gaming keyboards, left-handed gaming mouse. Hopefully you get the idea of how to use rank value when it comes to Amazon affiliates. Basically what you want to do is find a relevant product in Amazon, check out what, you know, the price range is. Now for these keywords it was pretty easy because there's a price range built into the keyword. But basically check out what the range of the prices are. And then set the rank values, and then you can easily compare and see which keywords might be more profitable and which keywords might be less profitable. And then you can balance that against how difficult it is to rank for that keyword. So outside of Amazon, you can also monetize your sites using ads, or AdSense in particular, which is probably the most popular online ads program. I've just beefed up the number of keywords in this cooking informational project because, you know, there wasn't that much that was super interesting there, at least not without taking into account cooking equipment, which would be monetized using Amazon affiliates. But, you know, if we're looking at informational keywords for sites that are only running AdSense, then we kind of want to go with this project rather than the cooking equipment project. So just as an example, you know, when you're running ads rather than using Amazon affiliates, you kind of want to focus more on keyword volume, because to make up the same amount of money on an informational keyword, you basically need to have a lot more visitors because each visitor is worth less to you. So some good examples here might be how to cook crab legs. Toddler dinner ideas. I'm just going to sort this by volume. These are all KC under 40, by the way. So these are all interesting informational keywords because they all have volumes over 1,000. Interestingly, the bid on this keyword is quite high. So, rank value is applicable to AdSense as well. It's on Amazon affiliates here because that's the last rank value I set. By default, these values are based on AdSense estimates. So if you ranked for how to cook your crab legs, our best estimate without information about your click-through rates on your particular site would be that you'd make about $340 a month. So if I click through here to Google AdSense, you can customize your click-through rate. Now, click-through rate will depend on a number of things. Number one, how relevant are the ads that are being served to your audience, which you really have no control over. The other thing that matters is ad placement. So if you place ads in more prominent places, chances are the click-through rate will be higher. On the other hand, you might be losing user satisfaction with your website because there are more ads, or the ads are placed in more prominent places. So that's really a calculation that you want to make, and you have to decide what you want to prioritize for yourself. I have seen sites that run ads where the click-through rate is higher than the 2% default that we have for rank value, which is the default value based on AdSense. If your site does have higher CTRs, then you might want to set your rank value so that it's customized based on your own click-through rate on ads. And you can do that in here, Google AdSense, and change this percentage to, let's say, 3%, and you'll see the rank values increase correspondingly. Now, I do want to stress, when we're talking about keyword profitability, monetizing via AdSense is way less interesting and profitable than monetizing in another way. We've talked about search intent and buyer intent in the past, and that very much applies in this case. Amazon Affiliates isn't the greatest affiliate program in the world, although it does offer you a lot of products to sell. But even Amazon Affiliates is substantially more profitable than just running AdSense ads on your site. So as you can see, the rank values here changed. On the informational side or the ad side, there's not much to say other than you should know your click-through rate, and you can adjust the rank value based on your own click-through rate. The last thing we want to go over is how to use custom rank value. This is most applicable for people who run e-commerce sites or who run high-value affiliate programs, or say you're a lawyer and you generate leads from your website. These kinds of businesses tend to know their visitor value pretty specifically, and this is really what the custom rank value feature is used for. If you know your visitor value, say you run a site that sells crab, and you know your visitor value already and it's like 50 cents, you could enter it on a keyword like how to cook crab legs, and then you'd be able to know, or at least estimate, how much money you might make as a company that sells crab, how much money you might make from ranking for this keyword, how to cook crab legs. This feature is really more for people who sell things online and who are kind of further along in their online business journey. Hopefully this overview of rank value and how you can use it to estimate keyword profitability proves useful to you when doing keyword research.